Michael, aka Faithful Raider, just checking in for my HCG vlog. Just wanted to update you on my stats. Weighed in this morning and I was 357.6. So that's good. I've gone down from my last weight. I believe I should have watched the last video to see what I was. But I did yesterday. I did weigh in and I was 356.8. So I did have a little bit of a gain yesterday. So just want to kind of talk about my thoughts. This week is I'm closing up the end of week 2, and like I mentioned in my other video, week 2 is traditionally just terrible for me. I'm not sure if that's the way it is with everyone else, but I suspect most people have their biggest struggles on week 2. And I've always this round been thinking if I could just get through this week not gaining any weight and even losing some, I would feel that this week would be a success. My personal goal, I didn't really say anything, was 3.5 pounds this week, which I thought was a little lofty. Because the way that weight loss is during this week, and that for me that would be 0.5 pound a day. And I had hit that goal and surpassed it yesterday, but yesterday I just felt like I needed to eat some more. I was pretty hungry, and I don't know if it was just because of boredom or because I was doing more work around the house and outside in the yard, and I just was more hungry. It's probably a combination of both. Being at home on the weekend on your Vlcds, it can sometimes lead to not being so good. And for me, it just was eating too much, I'm sure. So I'm sure that will resolve itself this week, and I'll get back on track. I'm sure this next week I'll be losing much faster, back to close to what I was doing before. I still want to do a pound a day. I know that seems like a lot, and it probably is, but you can't expect the pound a day to last during week 2. At least for me, I've just never been able to do it on week 2. So I've tried to go back to find out what my weight was at the start of this week, but I didn't have a video for Vlcd 8, which would have been the first day of week 2. Right around that time is where I did go back and look, and right around that time is where I was struggling with my cramps. And the weight, I remember on the day after I had a bunch of sodium and drank all the water, I was at 361 point something. So I wasn't quite that high before. I think I was 359 something. So right around 360, I'm going to guess is where I was for Vlcd 8. And today I'm 357.6, which would put me 2.5 pounds down from there. So yesterday I would have been at the 3.5 that I was looking at, almost. So I'm not going to worry about it too much. I know on Vlcd 9 I was 361 something, and I've come down 4 pounds since then. I mean, it's not the best week 2. I probably could have done a lot better if I really pushed myself, but I keep telling myself this is a long-term thing. This is a long haul. And I've been thinking about that this week, thinking, can I really do it this long? Can I really go 5 months on Vlcds? I'm starting to think that maybe I shouldn't. It just seems like a long time for Vlcds. I'm not sure how healthy that is. But I think doing long rounds, regardless of what I'm going to do, for sure I'm going to be going at least until the end of May on Vlcds. There's no reason for me not to. I don't have any reason that would make me not want to. The end of May, I am going to Dallas to visit family for my daughter's birthday, taking her down so they can celebrate with us. And that week might be kind of hard to be on VLCDs, so I've thought about doing planned interruption, or doing like stopping a little bit before then and then using that for a load, just do like a 1 week break and then load while in there. Just because the reality is I probably won't be able to go those few days that I'm there to be on VLCDs the way I am here at home. So haven't quite decided yet. After that point, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do, maybe I'll just do like these 45-day rounds and have a small break between and then get back on. We'll see. I was kind of hoping by this point that I will be, I'm so sick of food, I'm so sick of eating, I'm never hungry, I can go on this for forever, and that's really not happening. I have been a little more hungry lately, whether it's actual physical or just mental hunger, I'm not quite sure, but I have been more hungry. So I'm not going to make any changes this week during week 2, because week 2 is where you can really just throw caution to the wind and you can do crazy things. And I don't want to regret doing anything like that with my diet, just because of the difficulties that week 2 brings. But tomorrow I'll be officially past week 2 and into week 3, and I know that at that point things just get, for me, they've always gotten easier. If you can get past the first 2 weeks, things start becoming a little easier. You're in the habit of being on here. You're in the habit of saying no to things that you shouldn't have. The temptations and the cravings start to diminish. My cramps have gotten much better. I did have one cramp this morning, or last night. It was pretty quick and over with real quick. Other than that, I can't recall any other cramps I've had. So you get past the cramps, you get past all the things that just make it hard to stay on this diet. I think in week 3, your energy level starts to come back to normal. My energy level has been pretty bad in the last couple of days again. Just kind of tired and lethargic. So that starts to normalize again. Like yesterday, I just wanted to rest a lot. I just stayed in bed a lot yesterday. So then I made myself get up and do yard work in the house, just chores at home. One last thing I don't want this video to go too long, is that I have noticed that regardless of what the scale says, and this is a big part of week 2, I think, as well, you have to be very cognizant of this, is that my clothes are fitting better. Yesterday is the day that I noticed that I'm starting to lose inches instead of just pounds. And everyone talks about pounds and inches on as part of the HCG protocol. The scale doesn't always reflect our losses in terms of body sculpting. So yeah, like my shirts have fit, I don't want to say a lot better, but a little better where I've noticed it. And something else that I've noticed is, and this is kind of something you don't think about when you're not overweight, but when I was at my heaviest, at 370-ish, I was starting to have a little bit of a hard time putting my shoes on. Just being able to bend over and get my shoes tied it's a little bit of a chore, and that's actually kind of frustrating. So yesterday when I threw my shoes on to head outside, I was like, wow, that was really easy. I just slipped them right on and tied them, and it had been a while since I've been able to do that without a little bit of a struggle. So these are the minor successes that you have to look at, especially when you're having a rough time in week 2 and looking for all the reasons that you tell yourself that you want to stop. You have to just look at these successes and these victories and say, you know, this is why we're putting ourselves through this, and you can't freak out when you have days like today where I had a little bit of a gain, and just say, you know what, in the long run, it's all going to work out as long as I just keep on this. It may not be the scale today, but it might be your clothes fitting better, and I know that a lot of us are motivated by looking at the numbers, but really the best motivation is when you put your clothes on and you feel it, and you feel that you're smaller. So anyway, so that's my update for today. Sorry I ran a little long, but I had a lot to talk about and missed all weekend. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll check in with you guys next time.